Hey everybody, Will Hankey here. Hope you're having a great day. So it is October. It is the beginning of Q4. There are only 90 days left in the year. Hard to believe that we've gone this far already. It's been a strange year for a lot of window treatment and awning companies. It's really been odd. It hasn't obviously been as great as the COVID years, I guess we could call it. So things are a little slow. Things are a little concerning, I guess would be a good way to say. And, our slow season starts here in 30, 45 days. So not a whole lot of time left in the year to really kind of make up any lost ground that's happened over this past year. Now, we're going to be talking about that a little bit more a little bit later on, some strategies that we think will help you guys. But I wanted to cover some other things that have happened in the last month, and then obviously talk about strategy as well. A couple things that we've done recently that I wanted to update you about. One of those is that we're now listening to all the calls that come into your system, into your lead boomerang system. And if those are spam calls, anything that's trying to sell you something, or just those random calls that you get, those robo calls, those kinds of things, we're automatically marking those as do not disturb. So if you get those calls, don't worry about logging in and marking those as do not disturb. We'll go ahead and do that for you, blocking them from contacting you in the future. So we've started to do that. We're also starting to post that update on the support system, which is the next thing I wanted to talk about. So as you know, we moved everybody to Meta Workplace, and what a cool platform. Got everybody on there, got all of our clients on there, and it wasn't a week or two later that they announced that they're shutting it down. These things happen in business, right? Unfortunately, things happen like this. So we've been looking for the last 2 months for a good solution, and we found one. It's very similar to Workplace. So you're not going to see a lot of difference in the functionality of how it works. So we're actually building a full client portal inside of Lead Boomerang now. So you'll be able to get in there. You'll be able to update your account, do all the things you needed to do related to your account and relationship with us. And at the same time, post any sort of support tickets, that kind of stuff in there. We'll also have a channel for posting marketing updates, such as the blocked calls, that kind of stuff, so that we have really good two-way communication now inside the system. So watch for that client portal to be rolled out here in the next week. We will need you to sign in the first time to get it all set up, but after that, you'll just be automatically in the system. We probably even send you out some sort of an invite with a link to get it connected. So watch for that in the coming weeks. Another thing that we did was we fully rolled out the City Blitz program. Now, I mentioned this in the past that we were testing it on a couple different websites. We've had a couple clients that say that they wanted to try this out and really get it moving in the right direction. And boy, the results been great. We launched City Blitz for one client around 10 days ago, and he's already ranking for 50 keywords. These are keywords that are product or service married with a location. So they're not just junk keywords that aren't going to produce revenue, produce appointments for you. These are keywords that will make a difference for you. So that's the City Blitz program. It takes us about 2.5 weeks to get it all set up and running, published onto your site. But boy, the results, at least in the short term, from what we've done over the last 4 or 5 months with a couple of different websites, more than a couple, but they have been really phenomenal. So very excited about the City Blitz program. Now, if you want to learn more about that, reach out to me, reach out to your account manager, and we'll send you the information. Absolutely no problem there. All right, next, Sun Shading Expo was last week. So I'm taping this on October 1st. So the last week of September was the Sun Shading Expo. We did get to meet some clients. If you were one of those clients, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. We really appreciate it. If you weren't able to make it, we've got some recaps out there on our social media platforms. We've got videos. We've got all kinds of updates related to the expo out there. If you haven't been to the Sun Shading Expo, definitely consider doing it next year. I think it's going to be the first week of November 2025 in Indianapolis. Which for me, I'm in St. Louis, so right down the road, I don't know, about a 5-hour drive or so. So we'll be there. We're going to get a booth. I'm going to be speaking at the event, and would love to see you there. So that's the Sun Shading Expo. I'll be sending more information out about this as it starts to get closer to that point. But wow, what a great show. Met some great people. So as I mentioned, it is getting into what we're going to call the slow season. This is our typical up and down kind of thing with the window treatment and awning industry. Usually November 15th or so, things kind of grind to a halt. So things that you can do during this time, I think there's two big pieces of strategy that you can consider, and that is content. So starting to build some of this content related to, again, product and service married with location. Now the City Blitz is kind of the shortcut to getting that really ramped up quickly. But if you don't want to go that route, you just want to add some more pieces of content to your site, obviously reach out to us. Every program has content credits that you get monthly, and we apply those to different blogs and things on your site. But this is a great time to really start ramping that up so that Google has time to find that content, index that content, and then obviously start to rank that content above some of your competitors. So that is a fantastic strategy, probably the number one thing you can do over these coming months. The second thing is social media. We actually don't have a whole bunch of clients doing a lot on social media, and Google's paying more attention to this now. Social media signals, I guess you could call it, are definitely something that's going to start helping you with your rankings. Also, it's the whole social proof thing, right? Somebody comes to your website, they visit your site, it looks great, they click on Facebook, and there hasn't been an update in a couple of years, or once a month or something like that. That is a signal now that obviously people are going to think, wow, maybe they are a little bit abandoned, or wow, they're really posting a lot of updates, projects, pictures, before and afters, all this kind of stuff out there, even behind the scenes type stuff. These are the two things that I think you should definitely consider in the coming months: content and social media. Get those two things moving in the right direction. And by time we hit the end of February, beginning of March, things will be in place that you will be in a very good position for the next year's season, if there is such a thing, right? Definitely do those things. And lastly, I wanted to share, while I was in Anaheim last week, we did a media day for a client, AAA Awnings. I'm going to show some pictures here. If you're watching this on video, check out these pictures of the kind of the behind the scenes. We got hundreds of pictures of them in action, building awnings, cutting metal, doing the sewing, all kinds of great pictures. Then we went into the office and did an interview style and got a bunch of great video of the owner talking about his business, talking about how they work together, how they handle their relationships with their customers, all of these great things. And then we went out to an actual homeowner and actually kind of videotaped an awning install, got a bunch of pictures again from that. It was a great experience, and these guys are going to have all kinds of social media content, all kinds of stuff for their website that they can use. So if you want to learn more about a media day, we'd love to do this with you. We've got a great agenda of it. It's about a 4-hour process. I think we got done in 3.5 hours when we were in LA. So somewhere in that range, we'll get a ton of pictures, tons of video, all the things that you want. If that's something that you're interested in, reach out to me, reach out to your account manager. They'll give you some more information on that as well. So good luck as we get into this last quarter. I hope that it's really great and that you guys really hit your goals over this remaining of the year, and that you have a fantastic rest of the year. As always, if there's anything you need from us, any sort of updates, watch for this new client portal that we're going to be releasing real soon. You'll be able to communicate with us very easily across the entire platform. So looking forward to it. Hope you have a great Q4, and we will see you in January.